into an area that has had so many scenes just like that. I looked at going back to February, which was the wettest or top 10 wettest on record for so many in the southeast. And we had major flooding on rivers in all of these states, from Mississippi to Alabama to Georgia to South Carolina to North Carolina. And look where our stalled front is, right across these very states. So this will focus showers and storms. You will watch the front. A stalled front doesn't stay exactly still. It moves a little north, moves a little south. So we'll keep watching where that area of heaviest rain sets up. Through the end of the weekend, it looks like it'll be from Texas into Arkansas. Texas is one spot that can handle a little more rain. We haven't been as wet as the rest of the southeast. But in this pattern that we are setting up for next week, that we've got very likely to be above average with temperatures across the east and below average with temperatures across the west, we're also expecting a lot of areas with high confidence that will be above average with precipitation. From the southwest to the middle of the country to the southeast, likely that we will be looking for above average amounts of precip. And we already know that March is one of the top rainiest months of the year for so many in the south, if not the #1 rainiest month, just climatologically. So you take that and then you bring in an area of very heavy rainfall. The Euro shows it across the Red River Valley of Texas into Oklahoma, and then we watch the rest of the southeast, the GFS, all showing a signal for some heavy.
I feel like it's been since this weekend. There we go. There's your possibility of some of those storms to pop up. They could dump out a lot of rain. They could pop out that hail. And there's your moisture for you from California on into Arizona. Coming up from the Pacific, you see that huge tropical moisture feed. And then can you spot the low? Did I point it out too quickly for you there? It's a little bit tough to see, but there it is, still coming around. And that's what's going to pull in. You can see it a little bit better on that map. So more rain for Southern California, San Diego, Flagstaff, Arizona, New Mexico, up into the Four Corners. We're going to get it all the way really through our Friday. So where will we get snow? A little bit of elevation. Boom, you get the snow. Otherwise, you could see some decent rainfall, 1 to 2 inches of it. Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas. You know, we will be in that bullseye of seeing the heaviest snow. 5 to 8 inches, actually, when all is said and done. It tries to stretch into the Midwest, but, you know, it's going to be a little bit of that rain-snow mix, really, more than anything for us here. We don't see a lot of accumulation, again, unless you go back towards the North Platte area, and that I-80 drive is going to be a tough one for you here. Jen?
Well, every morning at 50 past the hour, we're going to share a little wisdom by answering your questions about the weather. Today, Jim in Nashville, you know, Friday night, it's all these big gatherings, like trying to help people practice social distancing. And sometimes it's helpful when they just cancel it for you, so you don't have to decide go or not go. Look, it's canceled. You may still have to go to work, though. I know there's a lot of working from home, but there's still a lot of going to work and travel and kids going to school. And we've got thunderstorms this morning over towards Kansas City. Want to show you what's going to happen throughout the day today, because when it comes to travel, we're going to watch our warm front lift into St. Louis, lifting up here through the north as well, up through Kentucky, and that's going to be a focus for thunderstorms. We've got a couple of rounds coming in. The risk for severe weather is there. I-55 is just one of the interstates that could be impacted by strong storms. This area in the darkest of red showing is where we're most likely to see the severe weather. Strong winds, it's possible storms rotate, drop a tornado or hail as well. And let me talk about the timing, because this morning, St. Louis, fog is our problem. That's already a travel issue. Then we get into thunderstorms about lunchtime, watching that track in. There we go, noon, St. Louis, I-55, right down here through parts of West Tennessee, getting into a few thunderstorms. Paducah, soon after lunch, I-24 will be impacted. Louisville, for the ride home from work, we've got I-65 and I-64 impacted, and Nashville, north of town, on 65, you could be looking at thunderstorms then as well. Then to the evening set of storms here. Now our cold front is coming in. We've got Memphis with the risk of thunderstorms. Any of these supercell type storms that continue into the overnight will have that risk of being severe. So you got to make sure that you are ready, have a way to get warnings. And, you know, driving in storms at night is dangerous, so just try to avoid that. Let's talk about the why. Why are we going to get the severe weather?